All right, hey YouTube, it's Cher. How are you doing? How's it going? How's your budget going? I just wanted to come to you today just to kind of just be a little transparent. So last night I was working on my September budget, and I started to, I saw everybody gearing up doing their September budgets. And as you know, my September budget, my first paycheck for September isn't actually till September 10th. So this is when I pretty much get all my numbers geared up and ready to go. And so I was working on my September budget, and then if you see my budget spreadsheet, on the bottom is where I track my net worth. And so what I realized, it's been a year since I started this debt-free journey. And so I was like, oh, well, let's calculate, actually, yeah, a little bit over, 13 months. And so I said, whoa, well, let's calculate, how much have I paid off since the beginning of my debt-free journey? And that's when it hit me. So since the beginning of my debt-free journey, I have paid off $15,000. And here's the reason why. When I started my debt-free journey, I did not have a car for my daughter. And so I bought a car, $10,000 car. I can't remember how much it was. Yeah, around $10,000 car for my daughter. And so that was added to my journey. So overall, after adding that and then subtracting, everything that I've paid off, going, doing all of my extra debt payments, it's been a total of $15,000. And so I decided to say, like, hey, let's look and see what I've paid off since just January of 2018. And that total came up to a little bit over $16,000. And then I started to beat myself up. I felt a little bit defeated because, on Instagram, you look at on Instagram, on Facebook, and then you even see all these other debt-free journey YouTube channels, and people are paying off ridiculous amounts of money on an annual basis. And, into the 20s, 30s, 40s, $50,000, $60,000 a year. And so I started to beat myself up like, come on, really? Are you serious? You've only paid off $16,000 this year? You know what I mean? You're in month 8, and you should have, really kicked it up a notch, knocked a lot of debts off, paid off this, that, and the other, and all that. And so I really started to beat myself up. And then so I had to sit back for a second, and then I was just like, wait a minute. I had to snap out of this. And so it's really easy when you, look at other people's journeys, and especially in the debt-free community, it can get a little easier to, beat yourself up about this. And so today I wanted to talk about some of the things that you need to do to motivate yourself and to get yourself out of that debt-free journey rut. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is, one, just snap out of it. Which is kind of easier said than done. One of the books that I really like to listen to on my Audible membership is Mel Robbins' The 5-Second Rule, where she's pretty much telling you, count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, as if, like a rocket ship is blasting off. And you count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and change your mindset. You know what I mean? Just like, okay, boom. So, at the moment, and that's kind of what I did. Mine probably lasted a little bit more than 5 seconds, but when I realized what I was doing to myself, I was just like, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, snap out of it. This is not what we're going to do. You're on this journey for a reason, and you're not going to do this anymore. You know what I mean? Because you have to kind of acknowledge it and then really kick yourself into a completely separate gear. Secondly, look at it as a positive thing. Instead of saying, oh my gosh, all I've paid off is $16,000, say, oh my gosh, I've paid off $16,000. You know what I mean? Instead of making it red, make it a green number. It's a great number, $16,000. If I did not just make the minimum payments, it would have been a lot less than that. But I didn't make just minimum payments. I paid over, and I paid off $16,000. Look at it as a positive thing. Speak at it as if it's a positive thing. Only you can create that positive spin to it. You know what I mean? Nobody else is going to do that for you. You have to do it for yourself. So look at whatever the amount that you've paid off. If you think, if right now you're thinking it's a little amount, look at it as a big amount. Even if it's $500, just be like, oh my gosh, I paid off $500. And do this with everything in life. Everything in life that you think is a small thing, they're big things. You are the only person that can make everything a big thing. So you can make it a big thing. Oh my gosh, I paid off $16,000 this year so far. Thirdly, look at your journey. Look at your journey only. And that's what I had to tell myself. Sharika, this is your journey, not everybody else's journey. This is your journey. What have you done? Sharika, you have paid off $16,000. You've done so many other things this year. You can't compare yourself to other people. Other people have different situations. Other people may make more. Other people may make less. Other people may not have a mortgage. Other people may not have kids. Other people may have spouses. You know, my situation is my situation, and I'm doing what I can do. And you know what I mean? And I have to encourage myself. I can't constantly compare myself to other people's journey. And that's the good thing about being on this debt-free community, because everyone's got different journeys. And that's the one thing. Instead of looking at that as a negative thing, like, oh my gosh, this person is doing better than me. No, look at it as everybody's doing something different. Everybody's making it their own thing. Everybody's doing what they got to do to get to the point, to their goal. Look at it as a motivating thing, and use it to motivate you to just keep on going. So I had to really snap myself into it. I had to, you know, get off of social media for a minute, for a couple of hours, and just be like, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is what I got. I've paid off $16,000, and that is A-okay. I get an A+ for the year so far, because that's what I've done. Look at all the other things I've done. You know what I mean? My daughter graduated. We had an amazing graduation party with 75 people. I went on a family vacation. I went on a family reunion. Met family members that I didn't even know. That is amazing. So, you know, money was spent on those things. So I can't be mad. I had great experiences. So my journey is my journey, and I did the things I had to do, and I'm still making strides with what I'm doing. Next, you have to speak positively about your journey. You know what I mean? Do affirmations. Say, okay, and like I said before, you know, turn it into make it a positive spin. Oh my gosh, I spent $16,000. But even not about this moment, even in the future, you know, I'm doing a great job. You know what I mean? I'm paying off as much as possible. I'm going through this journey. I'm going to be successful at this. I am successful at this. My journey is going gracefully. I'm paying off as much as possible at the pace that I can pay it off. And this will be easy for me. This journey is going to be great. This journey, you know what I mean? You're the only person that can change your mind, and you can't allow anybody else to put that negativity in there. Just don't allow it. You have to be able to change your mind, and the only way to do that is set affirmations, even if it's daily affirmations, so that you can, if you know that your mind is one of those minds that can quickly go to the negative, do your affirmations. Set up some affirmations. Get reminders on your phone to, you know, pop up every hour to say, you know what, I'm doing a daggone good job on this debt-free journey, and I'm knocking my debt out the ballpark. Convince yourself, and not even convince yourself, you are doing a good job. For crying out loud, you're on a debt-free journey. Not that many people can say that. You're on a way to get to the best life that you can be, and can you imagine when you're out of debt? Like, that's a great thing. So don't minimize it at all. Speak positively about your journey. And then lastly, I said this a little bit earlier too, but just focus on your wins. Focus on the wins. You know what I mean? Count it out. $16,000. I've been on a cruise. I'm actually on a debt-free journey. Write those things out. Post it up somewhere so that you can see everything that you've done. You know what I mean? Talk about it. Just be grateful for it. Be grateful for every dollar that you've paid off. It's an amazing thing. I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful for both of my jobs. You know what I mean? If I didn't have both of these jobs, I wouldn't be able to make the strides that I'm making in this journey. And I just think that is so amazing. And I'm just so grateful to have a job that pays great money, and that I'm able to afford doing, not only getting through this journey, but to do other things as well. And it's only going to get better. So just be grateful for everything that's happening and everything that you're doing. And so these are just a couple of the things that I had to tell myself last night when my mind was just in a rut. And so I just wanted to encourage you guys that no matter what your situation is, no matter how much money you make or how little money you make, or how much debt you have or how little debt you have, everybody gets in a rut. It's, you know what I mean? It's inevitable. And so there's just several ways that you can just have to, you know, transform your mind to get out of it. And so I felt like at first, you know what I mean, I sat around and I even called my mom and was fussing a little bit, but I said, you know what, let me make a video about this, because if I'm struggling, I'm sure somebody out there is struggling, and I just wanted to encourage you today, because I encouraged myself last night, and we're doing a daggone good job, you know what I mean? We're on this debt-free journey, we're kicking it, we're killing it, and we're gonna get there, and you know what I mean, it's a process, and you have to enjoy the process. That's one of the, you know, that's something that I had on my Instagram handle the other day, or a while ago, you know, enjoy the process. Everything's a process, and all we can do is just enjoy it and do what you got to do. So how are you guys doing? How do you, what kind of things do you do when you get in a rut, that, you know what I mean, when you feel like you haven't paid off enough, or you feel like you're not doing enough? What do you tell yourself? You know, leave some things down in the comments, you know what I mean? Encourage other people. I hope this helped you guys, and I hope you guys are going to have a great weekend. You guys take care. All right, bye.